Okay, good afternoon, my dear students. Now today's the lab session is resistivity, the measurement of resistivity by using the four-probe method of a given semiconducting material. So might we know that the different materials as exhibiting a different resistivity, because when changing the composition or it affects some temperature also. Here especially we are going to study the temperature effect of a semiconductor, how the temperature affecting the conductivity or resistivity of a semiconductors. So I think one of the important methods might be, in the real practice, we have the two-probe method is there, that in this case simply we are taking the given material, whether it is a semiconductor or is a polymer composite or metal, just we are placing two electrodes, then we are keeping in the oven by varying the temperature of the material. So we are measuring resistivity as well as the conductivity. But here it is called as a four-probe method, four-probe, because compared to the two probes, it gives more accurate values of conductivity or resistivity value. So our present lab experiment is a measurement of resistivity of a given germanium material by using four-probe method. So actually look at the diagram here. So this is a four-probe method. So this is a four-probe method. So this is a four-probe method. So because 1, 2, 3, 4 probes are there, so this is a semiconducting specimen. So in the semiconductor specimen, we just were placing one wafer, isn't it? So some very thin wafer we are giving, some mica sheet where we are placing, isn't it? After that, we are placing four probes. This is a inner probes. So the inner probes is always connected to the voltmeter, whereas so this outer probes is always connected to the current source. So this is simple arrangement. So just I am showing here. So I am showing here. Look at this. So this is a base material. It is made up of a copper. So again this is we are placing like that. So one more upper base is there. It is the circular form. It is also made up of copper material. Above the copper, look at this. The small vapor is a mica sheet we are placing here. And above the mica sheet, a very small thin semiconducting material is there. There is a simple strip is there. That is called a germanium crystal. So the germanium semiconductor we are placing on the thin sheet of mica. We are placing directly. Why not? You can placing the semiconductor on this copper means it is absorb the heat. So due to controlling of heating, so just we are placing this mica sheet. Above this mica wafer, we are placing the semiconductor. You look at this exactly. We have four probes. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what about here? This probes is connected to this chip. So what about my object is we always find out the current flowing through the specimen. That's what the outer probes, this outer probes 1 and 2, we can 1 and 4 we are connecting to the current source. The current source may be, look at this is a maximum of 2 milliamps current source, whereas the inner 2 and 3 probes are there, inner 2, that will be connected to the voltmeter in the circuit diagram. Look at this is a circuit diagram. In the circuit diagram, we have inner probes, the two probes, that is yellow and green, that probes are there. These two probes were connecting to the voltmeter of the circuit diagram, and these outer probes, this red and black, this is a bigger probes, were connecting to the DCM milliamps. So this is nearly about maximum 0 to 2 milliamps range. Is there 2 milliamps range? So this is a circuit diagram, and the distance between the two probes is always 2 millimeters. That's very, very important things. So in this designing is also the distance between the two probes must be 2 millimeters only. So this is a circuit arrangement. It's clear. So what about here? We are going to take a semiconductor material we are placing on the silicon strip. Then we have 4 probes straightly we are placing in the circuit diagram. Then the outer terminals, the outer probes is connected to the constant current source, that is a ammeter. So in this experiment, one thing is that you have to keep the constant must be current is nearly about 1 milliamps. That's very, very important. Should not give up to 2. The maximum range is 2. But here in the constant current source in the milliamps, first before starting this experiment, whenever you switch on this experiment, you should keep on 1 milliamps must be constant. Then you should find out the voltage difference between the inner probes. That should well get in the volts. So once you get voltage, then all this arrangement just will keep into the into the oven, just to keep it in the oven, so automatically the material absorbs the condition. This is actually the oven is given, this arrangement. So in this arrangement, so this is the oven, because we are giving some temperature. So the material absorbs the temperature. So what is absorb the temperature? So all these particles, maybe electrons, get the energy and try to excite the high levels. So as a level, it constitutes the current, isn't it? So here we are maintaining a current should be, we can keep it constant. We are keeping the current must be constant. So this current is almost about 1.08 or 1.0. Maybe 1.08 means you can assuming as 1 milliamps. So this must be constant throughout your experiments. Even you are keeping all this arrangement of these 4 probes into the oven, isn't it? Even you are increasing the temperature of the oven, you should keep it up. This should be 1 milliamps. Then what about here? Just you can look at this one. This is the temperature. This arrangement is there. One thermometer, isn't it? So this is your a temperature measuring instrument, simple instrument. So just I am placing into the 4 probes. So just you can look at this is nearly about 26.2 degrees centigrade. That means this is our room temperature. Almost maybe it is due to this climate of this DSU, it will give nearly about 26 degrees, approximately 26.1 degrees centigrade. So this is your room temperature, isn't it? So after that, once you can switch on this circuit, everything is connected. Just we are placing, because we are heating the temperature, just because this is a soldering rod, because we don't have any sophisticated furnace. So simply I am taking, just I am switch on this one, switch on, maybe it is heating, very high temperature. Just I am placing into a lower electrode of the system, the arrangement, the 4 probes. Why I am taking a lower base must be a copper, because we are giving some heat energy. The copper is a very good conductor. It absorbs the heat. That's the reason we are making all this arrangement 4 probe system. The bottom should be a copper and upper should be also copper. It automatically absorbs the heat. Now look at this after some time, just for give me 2 to 3 minutes time, because it gets heated. So just and also just connections just I am showing here. Look at this. This is a voltmeter. So voltmeter positive of this. Similarly, voltmeter negative, I am connecting to the voltmeter negative. So voltmeter must be always in the millivolts. We will get millivolts. The maximum range is 0 to 200 millivolts. Of course, maybe we are giving only for 1 milliamps. So here also we can expecting maximum 100 millivolts even at room temperature. So whereas the current source is a current source. Look at this current source. The current source, the positive is connected to positive of the current source, 2 milliamps, and this negative is connected to the negative of this one. So automatically circuit is to be connected. What about here? So this is arrangement. This arrangement is the 4 probes. The outer probes we are connecting to a current source, because this connecting to current source. Isn't it? This one more. This is connected to this one. This is connected to the current source of 2 milliamps. Whereas these two are inner probes. These two, this and this inner probes. These two probes is connected to the voltmeter. So that means by keeping constant current, by increasing the temperature of the material, the voltage is gradually varying. Might be know that. So what about in semiconductors? So when increase the temperature in steps of room temperature as 27 or 30 or 32 or 34 like that, here increasing, isn't it? The voltage is also gradually decreases because it is a semiconductor. So in the semiconductor might be know that the resistivity of the material is always directly proportional to the voltage and inversely proportional to the current. The simple relation, the Ohm's law I am talking. So the resistivity rho is equal to V by I into 2 pi s, where V is in this case, what happens? Voltage is decreasing. 96.6, 94.89 less gradually decreases. So whenever decreases voltage, by increasing the voltage, by increasing the temperature. So by increasing the temperature, the voltage decreases. That means the conductivity of the material, the conductivity of a given germanium is increases. So that is the effect of temperature on your semiconductor like germanium. So when increase the temperature, so the conductivity is increases, whereas the resistivity is gradually decreases. So resistivity, observe that is a 0.121, 0.110, 0.112, 0.105, 0.087, 0.059, that means resistivity is gradually decreases while increase the temperature of the material. So similarly, you can look at this, the apparatus. So here we are connected fulfill the circuit. So internal terminals, once again I am connecting here internal terminals. There is voltage. We are measuring voltage between the two probes, internal probes. We are connecting the voltage source and the outer probes. These are the two outer probes. These two outer probes, we are connecting to current source. So here look at this. Here nearly 1.07 milliamps. That means should be constant. Here look at this. Now it is earlier something value 96. Now it is increasing the temperature. Now 35.7. Look at this. Here the voltage gradually decreases. Still look at this. Just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Here the temperature is increases. Similarly you can observe here. Here the voltage is gradually decreases. Now it is 70.54, 36.8. Now it is 37.2 degrees. Again here decreases 68.2. Again still is increasing. The temperature 37.7. Here I'll get 66.8 or 66.6. Look at this. 65.7. While this temperature is increasing 38.5. So you can keenly observe that by keeping the current must be constant, that is the 1 milliamps. So while increasing the temperature, here the voltage is gradually decreases. That is the actual phenomena, actual mechanism, the temperature effect of a semiconductor. You could take any semiconductor like either germanium or silicon, or you take any fourth group elements. So while increase the temperature, so the voltage drop between this one is decreases. So this one you can clearly observe that. So then after taking these values like that, then you can plot the graph. While taking temperature on the x-axis and resistivity on the y-axis. So what about here? The temperature, maybe we'll get room 27 degrees the room temperature, at 27, at 28, at 26, then 30, 33. For every 3 degrees variation of the temperature in centigrade, you take, then you convert into Kelvin, just add into 273. So 27 plus 273, 300. 30 plus 270 is 303. Like that you can take the temperature in Kelvin. That Kelvin values you can take on the x-axis, while this resistivity, we are taking resistivity. Once in a voltage, whereas current must be here not 2 milliamps. Already I have taken only 1.0. Here only 1 milliamps, isn't it? So here 1 milliamps current, then you can find out the resistivity. So what about resistivity formula? Once again this one, rho is equal to V by 2 pi S, where 2 pi is constant, where S is the distance between the probes, that be constant. Because the distance between any two probes is constant, the nearly about 2 millimeter. So you convert it into meter, then you substitute the S value here, and you know V value. So V value is gradually decreasing. If I is equal to 1, we will get rho value, that is resistivity. The resistivity will get these values. So the resistivity values you can take this, then you will get a line, a straight line, a decay straight line we are getting. That means when increase the temperature, the resistivity gradually decays. Then this is the result. What is the result? Final result? Resistive to the given semiconductor dash with increase in temperature. What about from this observation of the plot in the graph? You can clearly observe that when increase the temperature, the resistivity of a given semiconductor is gradually decreases. So that is your keen observation of this experiment, the measurement or study of the resistivity of a given germanium crystal. Okay, any doubts? Maybe suppose in the examination the question is asking, so determine the resistivity or conductivity of material at room temperature. I am asking, so how do you measure? So we are measuring this one. So just first value you can take it. Exactly, suppose with room temperature, generally assuming as 27 degrees here. In the 27 degrees, that is the 300 Kelvin, this is the room temperature. What about value of voltage? You will get 36.6 volts. Then you will get resistivity by using this formula, V by 2 pi S, where S is 2 millimeters, nearly you will get 0.1 ohm meter. So that is your resistivity of a given semiconductor like germanium, nearly about 1.1 ohm centimeter. Suppose somebody is asking, find out the conductivity, just reverse the value of rho, we will get conductivity. So inverse of resistivity is called as conductivity of a semiconductor. Like that in the examinations, either you can find out conductivity of a temperature or resistivity of a semiconductor by using this 4-probe technique. So this experiment is very, very important. So you will get a lot of wise questions. Generally, we are asking this, we are doing this experiment. So actual exam is asking, so what is meant by resistivity, what is meant by conductivity, what is the effect of temperature on the semiconductor, what is the effect of temperature on the metals, what is the difference between conductive resistivity in some semiconductors. So what is the effect of temperature for material to material is constant. Like there are so many points they are asking. Okay, thank you once again. So any doubt you can ask me. So thank you.